Hey guys, what's up? This is Comp, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a very simple animation using Blender 3D. You can download Blender from this website. Of course, the link will be in the description. So after we download and install Blender on our computer, we have to just open it. Search for Blender. Okay, and this is how the app logo looks like. So we just click it. And now we have to wait for it to open. Yeah, okay, it's opening. Okay, so as you see, Blender is open. We can click anywhere to close this thing. Okay, so this is Blender. It may seem really complex, and it actually is to use. And it is complex to use, it's hard to use, but making this animation will be very, very simple. So basically, we will animate this cube and make it move, and we will do it using keyframes. You might also wonder, what is this weird thing here? This is basically our camera, and this shows us how we will see our animation after we render it. So let's say we finished animating this cube, and now you want to render it. After finishing rendering, we won't see the cube from this perspective, but you will see it from the camera's perspective. We can enter the camera's perspective by just pressing 0 on the number pad, like this. And this is how we will see our cube after we render the animation. So let's say we want to make the cube move along the x-axis, so in here the red axis. We have to do that by first right-clicking with our mouse on this cube, then clicking I. This basically inserts a keyframe at this time, and insert the location keyframe. That is because we will change later the location of the cube. Okay, so now we have the first keyframe. So now let's jump to the 120 frame on our timeline. Those numbers basically mean the number of frames. We will render our animation in 24 frames per second, which means that 120 frames means 5 seconds. And now let's move our cube along the x-axis. We can just do it by simply left-clicking on this red arrow and sliding the cube the way we want. I'll just slide it to the left. Okay, and we can slide it how much we want, but make sure the cube stays within the camera view, so this rectangle. And now we'll click I again and insert keyframe, insert the location keyframe. Okay, so now let's jump to the first frame. This is our beginning. This is the beginning of our animation, and let's preview our animation by clicking the play button pointing to the right. It's in here. Okay, so see, the cube is moving. This is how our animation will look after we render it. Let's stop it. If you want the cube to move faster, you can just simply add the keyframe a little bit earlier, for example at 40 or 60 frame. The earlier you add it, the faster the cube will move. Okay, so now let's render our animation. We have to go to the panel we have on the right. We have to have this little camera selected in here. And now we have to go down to output. Here we select where do we want our file to be saved. I'll just save it on desktop, name it animation, and then when you're done, click accept. And here you can also choose the format. As the default it's PNG, but that's basically a picture. We want to save it as a video, so let's just choose, I don't know, this one. This one. And now when we're done, we go up again and render and click animation in here. Now it may take a while for our animation to render, because Blender basically renders it frame by frame. So yeah, it will take a while, but after it's done, it will be on your desktop. So Blender finished rendering our animation, and it's supposed to be on our desktop, so let's find it. Yeah, it's in here. I'll just play it so you can see it. Yeah, so see, our cube is moving and it's saved as a video. Of course it doesn't look great, because basically the colors are bad, and plus the cube doesn't make anything interesting. But remember, that's your first project using Blender, so it will always be like that. When you're more advanced, you of course can make the cube rotate, add different shapes, change the colors of the background, the lighting. You can basically do anything with Blender, and you do most of the stuff using keyframes. So this is basically an introduction, and it's great if you're a beginner. I hope I helped you. Of course, if you have any problems or questions, write them in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.